All right. Good morning. I'm here with Mr. John Hall, just representing just south of Springfield, Missouri. John, it's good to see you, man. It's been a while, and appreciate your time this morning.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Awesome. I like the glow. I told you I was going to make fun of you. That glow behind you is beautiful. It's heavenly.
Yeah, it just means I'm closer to heaven than anybody else, you know.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I need to come to Springfield then.
Right.
Hey, John, really appreciate your time again this morning, and I hope somebody gets something out of this. Here at my name is Corey Williams, president of Family First Life Premier here in St. Louis. And we're just growing like crazy. We want to get the word out to as many people as we can so that people really do get an opportunity to take a look at what Family First Life is doing across the country. Just an absolutely juggernaut, if you will, the largest IMO, if you will, in the life insurance and final expense format, if you will. And we're just doing some really big things and changing people's life, not just financially, but the people that we are insuring to make sure that their families are taken care of when they pass away, and the business that you can build if you decide to do that here. So it's pretty awesome. So, John, we'll go ahead and jump into this thing. I know you got a busy day, and thank you for being on today. So how did you find FFL?
It was just really all the posts I've seen from my friends on Facebook, just the amount of premium that was written, just the commission levels, all those things. So it really intrigued me. It's like, okay, I've known this guy before, and now here he is just killing it. So what's going on here?
Right.
Is this a gimmick, or is what's going on? So,
yeah.
So it just drew my curiosity.
Yeah, and we get that a lot. I mean, sure. It's funny. I do interviews every day, really, and it's funny to have those conversations with people. And the first things they ask me is, seriously, tell me the truth. Is this real? There's no way people are making that kind of money. It's like, yeah, they're just going to work. Mm-hmm. And that's the cool part about Family First Life. We're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. We just do it a little bit different. If everybody else goes to the left, we go to the right. That's why Sean created, the Rogue IMO. So what did you do before, from whether it's insurance or something else, before you came here?
Sure. So I've been in the insurance industry for about 4 years. I've worked mainly in the property and casualty field. Yeah. So auto and home insurance, done that for a while. Loved it, especially my town here in Cassville where I live, and just get to know a ton of people, be able to help them. So, but as time went on, because I went to a previous practicing company, and just I always loved door knocking. Some people hate it. It's
I like them. It's a lot more faster, actually.
Yeah, and it's just just meeting people at their personal level. You're at their doorstep. So that's a whole different conversation. At that point, so they're a lot more comfortable talking to you than rather than sitting in your office where you're in control per se, and just meeting them at their level. So that's what I loved about it. Plus, you get to see some countryside, which is really cool. Yeah. And I was always like that. Rain, snow, whatever it is. I was out there, yeah. And so I really loved doing that. Then went to the office setting, which was fine. If it's freezing outside, who wants to be out there? So.
Right.
But that comes with a whole different set of anxieties and stuff like that in itself, so, and I really didn't like it per se. So I was looking for something. Of course, I've always had that ambition to really just own my own business,
right?
Make my own schedule, not in a lazy sense, but just really be in control of those things instead of being controlled by somebody else.
Right. I say to people all the time, I'm like, if you're working for some place and they're paying you $10, $15 an hour, I know that's an arbitrary number, but let's say they're paying you $20 an hour and they say, be here at this time. You're there at that time. You might not want to be there. If you're making $10, $15 an hour, they're really telling you what to drive,
yep.
Telling you where to go on vacation if you can afford to go on vacation. They're telling you when to go to lunch, when to come back, when to get there, when to leave. And then sometimes they force you into overtime, if you're in some of those situations. So sure. That's exactly why I've been an entrepreneur. I kind of work for companies and things like that, but that entrepreneur spirit is always there. And I just always feel like I'm going to work that hard for somebody else for a paycheck. I may as well do something I can leave for my family, which is what FFL provides.
Sure.
So from that perspective, I know when you came on, and I know you and I had some communication on Facebook, and then you're a leadership person that's here as well. I know you and I kind of converse back and forth a lot, which is cool, as I love seeing your posts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know when you came on, you reached out to me and you came on and all that. You said, I need to stay part-time because of the practice company I was at. Things didn't go the way I thought they were going to go.
Sure.
So the security, keeping mama happy and all those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm starting to see you recruit. Now I'm starting to see you post on Facebook every day. I see 3 or 4 posts a day. What made that change in such a quick period of time? Because you really haven't been here that long.
No, just 2 months really is how long I've been here. Full time, I guess you can say. But what really threw me over that edge was, just out of one policy, that was pretty well my weekly wages. That's what set it off for me. I was like, okay, I made X amount. What it would take me 2 weeks to do, I did that in 20 minutes. I was like,
you help somebody, you feel good about it.
And of course, I've always loved life insurance, and because I've gotten several calls before with prior clients passing away, and as hard as it is to hear those things, I know I did my job, and just having that, it's just that gratification, not for the situation obviously, but that gratification, like I know that family's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So
I tell people too, like, we make a king's ransom for what we do. Yes, you have to work for it, but we have a guy on our team, Kevin, that just came on board or whatever, and he came on board and was wanting to do something different. Comes on and he's just going out. He's like, I was getting my butt kicked on the phone the other day. I'm just going to go out and knock on doors. We got another person here, Braden. I'm just going to go out and make this thing happen, right? So they bang on doors, and the first 3 or 4 places they go, the people answer the door, and it's crazy how that happens. But it's just doing the work. It's doing what's required, right? Because these people are raising their hand saying, somebody please come out and help me. A lot of times they don't answer the phone because I don't answer phone calls I don't know. I get a lot of weird. It's simple. So let's talk about this, because I know a lot of people. I get this all the time. Matter of fact, I was looking at a post from home office yesterday. Easton Patton that wrote $100,000 last month, and I'll check that because I think I was saying he was doing it a week. He wrote $506,000 last month on his own pen. That's insane, right?
Yeah.
But the other part of that is a lot of people go, well, how do you do that? Like, his lead flow, I'm sure, was huge. Mm-hmm. But would you spend $3,000 or $4,000 a week to write $100,000? Anybody in their right mind would, right? Yeah. People already in the business. So regardless of how big or how small our lead flow bill is, are you doing more organic market, or are you doing leads, or what are you doing?
So, obviously I'm getting leads. I just recently, I was done strictly CRM leads for a while. I wrote a couple out of that. I was like, well, I'm going to kind of branch out, try some of these other vendors. Just got into Bang Bang Leads. So I've actually had 3 appointments out of that right out of the gate. So those are just super, super fresh.
Right.
Notification on the spot. So I love that.
Yep.
Call them. I don't care if it's 9:00 at night. I'm calling you. So definitely, definitely purchasing leads. I mean, just with any business, you have to make an investment in order to get
right.
And that's with anything that you do. So as far as, like, I love the gym, right? So I have to spend money on the monthly membership.
Right.
There's an investment. Supplements, if you want to go a different direction with that, there's an investment. So for anything to get kind of results, you have to have some kind of investment for sure.
Absolutely.
So definitely buy leads. As far as what I spend a week, that really varies from week to week, kind of depending on my situation.
Right.
So it could be anywhere from 100, 300, 400. So it really varies.
So let me ask you this question, and thanks for answering that question. And that's why I love doing this, because people, they get afraid. They're afraid of that. I'm like, if you owned a McDonald's, right, you'd have to have $1 million up front or whatever it is today just to get started. But then there's all the other fixed costs that you have just to get here. You go, you get we pay for your license material. Right. You go and take I know you were licensed before you came here, but you take your exam. And then after you take your exam, you have your E&O and a couple. So you might be $300 or $400 in to be able to literally go out on command and literally write $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in a day, if not more. Exactly. And people do it all day long here. It's crazy. And you're helping people.
Yeah.
It's great. So from that perspective, you've gone through, you bought your leads. The next natural step of that is you either call them or you go see them. So what's your, and I'm putting you on the spot here, but what's your phone script? I know we have tons of scripts here. I was given, the in-home or whatever, this 2.0 script, and that's the one I've kind of mastered at this point. But then you had to kind of get your nuances and those kind of things that you go. So what's your, I'm not going to make you do a demo here, but what's your phone screen like?
So, I mean, I keep it really short, sweet, to the point. I do mine a tad bit different. I know I won't get in trouble for it
No,
because
you're good,
my
man.
script, but so, so, call somebody. So it's ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Corey.
Yes.
Hey, this is John with Family First Life, and I'm just reaching out to you in regards to your online request for information about life insurance.
Okay.
And I just want to call you just to verify some information, just to make sure it was you applying for yourself and nobody doing it for you. Okay. I got your birthday as 1/1 of 62.
Yep.
Okay. Your address is 123 Main Street there in St. Louis.
That's correct.
Awesome, awesome. So again, my name is John with Family First Life, and all I'm needing to do just want to come out, meet with you, get to know you, and just really go through some options. So I represent 20 different companies, so this allows me the opportunity to see what we can get you approved for. Okay, for the best coverage at the best price as well. Have some openings tomorrow about 11 o'clock in your area. You going to be home by then?
Sure.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, all right. Now, at your house, is there any gates or dogs or anything I need to worry about?
No.
No. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So you're going to see me pull up in a white Chevy pickup truck. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm bald and kind of broad built, so I'm not that scary looking. Okay. So,
Right.
so okay. Well, I'll be up there by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and looking forward to helping you.
That's awesome. Very simple. Yeah, it's very simple. And there's, of
Yep.
course, the things you
Yeah.
do, locking it down and asking the address and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's very simple. And again, I think people think our business is very it's not. It's not complicated at all.
No.
Even like all the products and all this stuff, it's like, dude, we've got it. We've got it now. We've got it mastered to the point where we can help you if
Yep.
you'll help yourself. So there's your phone script. So you get to the home.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Mr. They're at the house. You bang on the door and they're there like you're supposed to be at 11 o'clock. And what's next?
Exactly. So just reintroduce myself, say I'm John, Family First Life. We talked yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for our 11 o'clock appointment. So do I need to take my shoes off, leave them on? You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And do you require a mask or?
No, you're fine.
No. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I don't like masks, but hey, I just want to be respectful. So.
I appreciate it. I'm around all the time, but yeah, you're fine.
Sure. Awesome. You got a table we can sit at?
Sure. We could go to the kitchen table.
Yeah. Awesome. So obviously going to the house, look at pictures, all those things, and just going through the checklist, just asking medical questions, all those things. Like we can go through all that, but it's just real simple.
Let me ask you this, and I have no idea what you're going to say here, so I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
All right.
In a traditional sales world, when you go in, you're taught, like you just said in a few minutes, looking at the pictures and, oh man, I see you got there. How many grandkids do you have? I know some of that you want to do when you're going to the kitchen table. But when you get there to the kitchen table, are you doing a whole lot of that, or is it more getting into your the process, if you will?
Sure. I mean, I build. I try to be as straightforward as rapport as I can because they're on a time. I'm on a time. So I try to be super respectful with their time as well. So because I want them to respect my time too. So just get in there and say, okay, so what I'm going to do, just letting them know what's going to happen. I was going to ask you a few medical questions, a few financial questions, and we're just going to simply see what you qualify for. Fair enough?
Yep.
Awesome. So again, we'll go through all the questions and just get right to business. So.
Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't know I had any idea what your answer would be, but that's the stuff that we train on. Mm-hmm. The need has already been there. I say there's three things: no time, no money, no interest, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the interest is them filling out the lead.
Right.
So the interest part is gone. And whatever happened in their life, somebody just passed away or they have coverage or they need more, whatever the case is, you're there because they've really, truly requested someone to reach out to them to give them information. So it doesn't take, you're not in somebody's house 2 and 2.5 and 3 hours. Our average appointment's it's probably 45 minutes. And I build rapport as I'm going through this stuff and I use what little humor I have. But you're not in their house for an hour and a half or 2 hours. I mean, you want to be there and help them and you want to be sincere, but at the same time, you want to help as many people as you can. And like you said, be professional.
Sure.
So last couple questions, John. What's the difference between, and I kind of asked this earlier, but what's the difference between FFL and at least the other companies that you've partnered with before? What's the difference? Because you went from not wanting to recruit, or I shouldn't say that. You went to, I'm going to start part-time to, you're kind of full-time now.
Right.
And you also went from that to actually you're starting to recruit and you're starting to build and do the social media thing. Mm-hmm. What happened in just that quick? I mean, it's really happened over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So Again, it's just that the entrepreneurial spirit, anyways. I just going back. I went from one practicing company where I was pretty well had the schedule what I have now, and to another practicing company where I was locked in, and I forgot how much I hated that.
When you
and
step out of it, you realize, man, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it's just just being tied down, and also with that, as far as a income basis, you really you're very very limited. I mean, you're limited at 50 grand, which is quote unquote middle class, if you will, almost, and then but with this, I just see it like, man, you can do something in a what take most people a year to do within a month or 2 months.
That's it.
And that's what really threw me over. But once I got a little bit of taste of that, I was like, dude.
I mean,
it's like,
you think about our competitors, though, and I'm not picking on them. It is what it is. It was. I've been doing this 20 plus years, and I didn't register to me until I got here. So I guess I'm not very sharp, right? It didn't register to me that honestly, at 30, 40, even 50 or 55% commission, if you're lucky,
mm-hmm.
in order for you to think about that. What
Right.
you make in one sale here, you'd have to do 3 times there. So you've 3x'd yourself just because you've partnered with us. You're not captive. You own your block of business. You
Mm-hmm.
build yourself up to an integrity partnership if that's something you decide to do. So that's why I keep saying over and over again, if
Right.
somebody is in the insurance industry, or if you're looking at the insurance industry, please look at whether it's with us or somebody else, because this opportunity is one that could financially, not just financially, it could change your life in a multitude of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is somebody's looking at this opportunity, John, what would you tell them?
Well, I tell them don't wait, because the longer you wait, the more you miss out on, and the more you miss out on, it just seems like it takes longer to get back. But with this opportunity, it doesn't take any time to get back. So, and that's one thing that was just kind of add on to that is that's one thing that really worried me. Maybe I was a little fearful over is okay. Well, I got to buy leads. Well, what if I don't sell any of those leads? Or whatever the case is. And there's you know, unfortunately, there's leads you're just not going to sell because
Yeah,
not
there's
everybody's
more you don't
local.
than you do. Yeah,
Right.
right.
But there are those ones that, and here's the beauty behind it. It can take you one sale to make up what you purchased for on leads.
Yeah.
And once
Business expense. Yeah.
right, and once I got a taste of that, I was like, man, I could sell 2 or 3 of these. That's already bought my leads for the next 3 months, basically. So, just putting those figures in the mind, really thinking about that. So that's why I encourage people to do this. Is number one, you have your own schedule, but you have to be disciplined, okay? Because you can get lazy very very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Be super disciplined, and they have your own schedule. If you want to take off for a vacation and you where you need to be financially, you can go. You don't have anybody to tell you what to do and not to do, and of course, if you want to spend time with your family for that day, as long as you're where you need to be, you can spend time with your family. So that's the beauty of entrepreneurship is as long as you get your stuff done, get to where you need to be, you can do whatever you want. So.
And a guy like you, I love spending time with my niece lives here in St. Louis. We get together every other Sunday and get to do a lot of stuff with her. And it's like, man, it's nice to be able to do that. I like to spend a lot of time with my daughter and those kind of things. And it's awesome to be able to, if I wanted to spend time with her on Thursday or Friday afternoon, like, hey, we're from school, we hang out, and nobody's calling me saying, hey, you got this meeting or this and that and the other. It's great. It really is. It's a blessing for sure. You kind of answered this, but I'm gonna want to leave everybody with this before we go. What's one thing that you would tell somebody that's here that's just kind of dinking around with this thing, or somebody, and this is a 2-part question, or somebody again that's kind of looking at this? What would you tell those 2 people?
So just going back, don't wait, just do it. If you're worried about training, there's awesome free training. You do it at your own time, learn at your own pace. Okay. And this is a non-pressure environment. The only pressure that you have on yourself is what you put on yourself.
Right.
That's it. And again, there's just a myriad of people that are just willing to help. And this is what I love about this too, is that when I was Family First Life didn't come to me, I came to them. Okay. I came to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not pressured at all.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't followed up with. Not that was a bad thing really, but I was told, hey, whenever you're ready, we're ready. And it was, you guys held that true to this day.
Yeah.
If I need help, everybody's willing to answer the question for you if they're not busy. But so there's it's a super helpful environment. Yeah, it's competitive. It's a friendly competition, so which we need that to get better, right?
Everybody to win, right?
Right, exactly.
Taking from somebody else for you and your family to win, and that's what's great. That's what's great about what's been created here.
Right, and the whole premise of the company, family first.
Right.
So we treat each other like family. It's none of this negativity. You see these podcasts every single day about people making it work and they want you to make it work, so it's a completely positive environment.
Yeah. I know a podcast I did the other day, shout out to Wiley Hawkins. That kid just lit me on fire. The fact that his team is over 88,000 already for March, which is just incredible. And I think he wrote 13,000 in a day just the other day, and people just don't believe it's real.
Right.
21 years old or something. I talked to another gentleman yesterday. He's 19 years old. And he's done 20,000 issue pay in the last 2 months. And he's like, I'm just starting to figure this thing out. He's 19.
Yeah.
19s, made 20K in the last 2 months. I mean, not many, right?
Right.
That's just the trajectory. So, talking about, and that's part of the reason I had him on. First of all, his story's inspiring. But the second thing, it really does show anyone can do this. He's 19. He's a young man. And literally anyone can do this. So if you guys are interested in looking at an opportunity here at Family First Life Course, you can find us everywhere. We're continuing to take over the internet and YouTube and Facebook and everything else. If you text WIN with FFL to 74121, that will send you out some information, a video about what we do, how we do it. And then one of our leadership people will reach out to you in your area to talk to you more about our opportunity. Again, text WIN with FFL to 74121. John is also building a team there, really all over the country, but he lives just south of Springfield, Missouri. John, if anybody's looking for life insurance or they're looking to build a team or join you, how can they find you?
Again, you can find me on Facebook under John Hall, but if you want to reach out to me by phone, it's 417-342-5683, and I'd love to speak with you.
Awesome. John, appreciate your time this morning, brother. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Be here very soon. So Absolutely. Take care. Thank you.